much for trucking insurance? What if you could save more by making one simple phone call and keep more profit? You could very well do just that with one simple call to Seabright Agency, 800-366-6466. Call now. With over 35 years in business, top shelf customer service, and innovative commercial insurance solutions, here's what our commercial trucking community says about Seabright.
I haven't had a claim as of yet, but I would rate them at a 5 just based on customer service. How nice everyone is when I call with questions. Robbie.
I am glad I made the switch. I saved roughly $450. A huge difference. Saving big with Seabright. Darlene.
I have nothing but great things to say. Incredible answering my questions, helping me set up my policy, making sure everything is correct. Super friendly. Anthony.
If you're a Swift transportation contractor, Contractors Corner Consulting Group and Seabright have a special rate just for you. When you call, mention you are a Swift contractor and you are interested in the Contractors Corner deal to save and keep more of your money in your pocket. Not a Swift contractor? No problem. Mention Contractors Corner and let us show you the savings.
We asked the Seabright team to help us help contractors save and keep more money. What they came up with exceeded by far what we thought was possible.
Call now to see what you can save. Seabright Agency, 800-366-6466.
Well, hey everybody, it is Tuesday, July 11th. It's 7-Eleven day, y'all. Whoop, whoop. I actually went to a 7-Eleven today. Forgot to go inside and help them celebrate the day because I'm a terrible person. I just got gas and left. I was dealing with, you know what? Jeff's over there bouncing his head like, you're a terrible person, bro. You are, absolutely.
I'm telling you.
Good God, man. I need some love.
It was bad enough when I only knew you as that Charley dude on Facebook, and now I have to work with you.
Ha! Puff.
I mean, you know, people accused me earlier of looking like Walter, so I'm just going to act like that today.
Oh my God! So Matt typed that, and I just started laughing and crying, and just
we had to wipe our eyes. We were crying. We were laughing.
He got crazy for a minute. He's like, and then he got it. I mean, he got it, but you should. God, I wish you could have seen the face. Oh my God, it was great. So, greetings, everybody. So let's get the important stuff out. Craig Hutchinson was first today at 3:19 p.m. Craig Hutchinson, you get a trophy, sir. I'm gonna hand you a trophy someday, or I will touch your tires. I still haven't touched his tires.
You're not allowed to touch my tires right now. They're embarrassing.
You should be embarrassed. James Vaughn, good to see you. Jonah Green, the crazy Texan Sean, Bear Hunter. Darian Thompson, greetings, welcome. Let's see, there's all kinds of stuff that went through here. Let's see, who else is here? Matt Nissen, yes, I'm just saying. Chris the trucker, who's in the shower right now. That's not strange at all.
I don't want to know that.
Hey, Chris, you missed a spot. That's weird. Stop it.
You guys might not know this, but Charley is actually a master hacker. So if he has your phone number, dude.
La Jefa Trucking. Saludos. And buenas noches. Jefa, ED. Just saying. Who else we got? Sue Smith is all up in this place.
She was live. She was live in our new platform, testing that out earlier.
You know what?
We're actually testing right now to get that thing ready for everybody.
Should we just talk about that real fast?
Yeah.
Let's do that real fast. So after the show tonight, Jeff and I are going to go do a quick little video test just for fun. And then after that's done, I'm going to be sending out a messenger link or a link in your messenger for everybody who's in the private Contractors Corner Consulting Group Facebook group. This going out to those people that have been there and are there. And you know what? couple joined today. Lucky you. You're going to get this deal. We're sending out a link. That link will be good for the next 7 days. Is that right, Jeff?
Yep.
Next Tuesday, we actually have a different deal that won't be anywhere near as good.
So that link will be good until we go on the Nemo show, because when the Nemo show starts, we'll be changing up the promo. For guys that want to sign up during the Nemo show, we'll have a 10% off promo during that show. You guys that have been with us for the last couple of years and put up with our stuff and all our hey, we're gonna do this thing and we can't figure it out, all that stuff. There's a much better deal for you if you want to get involved with the network that we're building, and that's just for you. Don't share it with anybody. It's a pretty sweet deal. I want to say that the service that we're on, so we're going to start telling you more about what we're doing and how it's going to go. So one of the things Charlie and I have been talking about and working on behind the scenes, besides getting the network actually working, is, what sets us apart from other guys doing what we're doing, right? And what we decided to do different than other people in this space is the subscriptions that we're asking for is going to be all inclusive.
Right.
So it's going to be a set price per year or per month, depending on how you want to do it.
Per year is way cheaper.
And then whatever reproduce you have access to. There's not going to be any of this, pay us this,
$300 for this extra class,
and then another $300 for a class. No, it's going to be all inclusive.
Right.
And the first class we're going to do, which we will start doing shortly after the Nemo show, is the best practices of fuel purchasing. And that will either be, we haven't decided how long that's going to go yet, but it's going to be at least a couple of weeks, a half hour at a time, just little things. That way we all have time to get in there and we can share the material with you. And then you have time to ask us questions live while we're doing it. And so we'll break it up into smaller chunks over a couple of weeks on that one. But
you're going to get the first month free.
Right.
You'll have a month to decide if you want to stay.
Yep.
You're going to decide to stay.
Yeah. Hey. And so, all inclusive. Right now there's just the one tier. We are toying around with a second tier that would be a little more expensive, but it's added stuff more. But it's still going to be all inclusive. Whatever tier you choose to be, like we're toying around with a mastermind group where we'll do weekly conference Zoom calls with everybody and touch bases and really get into the accountability on running a business.
Right.
And if you choose that tier, you get those extra things. But that's down the road. We're just trying to get the good stuff out that will help you guys save money now. There's Charlie. How many guys did we talk to? They're like, gosh, I just do something.
Yeah,
God. And here's your something.
Yep, we're starting something.
Yep.
And so I'm going to be sending that link to each of the people that are in the private Facebook group directly into Messenger. You'll use that link to sign up and all that stuff, and there shouldn't be any problems. We sent it out to 5 or 6 people this week to test out the sign up process, and found out we had a huge problem. It was a nightmare.
We fixed it.
Yeah, fixed it. Got it done in the middle of me delivering stores for Target. It was fun. Got that worked out, so that's all cool and groovy now, and there should be no problems. And when you get there, check it out and start talking and set up your profile and that kind of stuff. And I think it's going to be cool. I mean, we have the ability to go live and do webinars there and all this other stuff, and it's going to be cool. And it will grow as time progresses. So you know what? There's a bunch more people that popped in. Carolina Trucker, good to see you. Any mentors in here? If there's any mentors in here, Carolina Trucker's reaching out. Wimpy McPote, what's going on? Donna's here. That is our artist.
She's the one that made me look like Walter.
Right. Exactly. She made him look mean today, and I thought it was hilarious. Trucker Dan, good to see you, buddy. Alabama Guardian says here. Craig said I can touch his tires. Just saying. And Chris the Tucker got some suds in action. Whoop whoop. I'm just saying it's not weird. My beautiful wife Rosie, she's all up in this place. I'm just saying. Oh Lord. Good Lord. Oh my gosh. So yeah, you know what? Let's do this fuel surcharge thing real quick because we got Jeff Reese hanging out in the wings there, and he's like, God, would you guys get to it already? What is wrong with you people? Because his wife's gonna hit him in the head with a guitar later. We'd already know what's gonna happen. Jeff and I have already prophesized this. I don't know. We have foreseen it. It is going to happen because we can't ever let Jeff go early because I'm a terrible person. Okay. Surcharge. I got to click a button. Dang, I wasn't ready. Look, I left Jeff there. So there we go. And I left chat up, and that just never helps. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to do. So the national diesel fuel cost average went up this week. Whoop, whoop. Makes me happy. I know some of you aren't happy about it, but I like it because my surcharge goes up with that. Went up 0.039 cents to 3.806 this week. Oh, God, I need new glasses. The West Coast Pad 5 diesel fuel cost average went up as well, 0.048 to 4.460. That brings the Swift fuel surcharge. Those of you contracted with Swift, the Swift regular van over the road type fuel surcharge to 0.418. That's an increase of 0.007. Once again, 007. 2 weeks in a row, just saying for the change. West Coast fuel surcharge is 10 cents because the disparity between West Coast and national is 0.654 cents. That means the West Coast fuel price is 65 cents more per gallon, and that's ridiculous. And you get an extra 10 cents. I'm just saying, whatever. It's cool. I'll take 10 cents. And
yeah, per mile.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's sweet. I will never say no. Let's be real. That'd be silly. I'm just saying, whatever.
I mean, if you're getting if you're getting 8 miles a gallon, that's not bad.
You know what? That was a amazing lockup in your brain right there.
Yeah, I'm getting old.
I wish I had you full screen right there. God, oh God, it would have covered my face. Whatever. Let's get out of here. And we're back. And look, we're just going to throw him in there like, bam, what's up, Mr. Jeff Reese? Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, man, I got to put you up here in this corner because it's weird seeing you down there. I feel like I'm standing on your head. For those of you who don't know, Jeff Reese is our man over at ES Advantage. He's the guy that I will not first talk to, second talk to, and helped us get our, set up with that fuel card that we use, and everybody saves awesome tons of money because that thing is amazing, like for real. I mean, like no joke. And so he's going to talk about that and anything else he wants to talk about, or he's just going to sit there and look pretty, and we're going to stare at the neck of that guitar behind him with the plants because he's actually at home. This is just odd to me because normally he's in the office and the cleaning guy's like, dude, get out of here, and he's like pushing stuff. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Actually, I'm working from the house because we are expanding. So my division, we're having to add offices and conference room and restroom and desks and all that.
That's stuff. Exciting.
So we're growing, and it's good problems. It's real good problems.
Right. Expansion is great, but always kind of uncomfortable a little bit.
A little uncomfortable, a little loud, a little dusty, but
right.
We're getting there.
Probably not good for computers to be sitting in the middle of that, right?
No, not at all. Not at all.
God, I just imagine my computer sitting in a room like that, and I just my heart flutters because I'm kind of a crazy person about my computer. Anyhow, so yeah, dang it. Oh, I gotta put a little banner up. I apologize. Jeff, you talk. Oh, look at that. I say, Jeff, you talk, and you're like, which one?
Which one? Morton, me? So yeah, I wanted to come on first of all, say hello to all the watchers and the viewers and the streamers and all that stuff.
Right.
We have, we've continued to receive inquiries about the Fuel Shop and Tire program through ES Advantage, and I just wanted to come on and really kind of lay it out again for everybody, the people that are new to the community here, and then go over some of the different options that we have. Some of them I know that you guys lean more towards than others, but I'd like to go ahead and just lay them all out there
Absolutely.
just so they're
Mhm.
available.
Well, and we
then-
do have a lot of people watching these days that are not Swift contractors. So, I mean, you guys have a lot more programs than we, typically, I don't want to say push, but push, right?
Right.
Like the fuel card is our big thing. I mean, that's what brought us to you guys to start with. But you guys have a lot more to offer than just that fuel card. I mean, that's not even like the tip of the iceberg.
Exactly. So, but yeah, just to start off, we do have, and it's a low hanging fruit because it's something that owners are having to deal with almost daily, every other day at least, pretty much. That's fuel price, right? So we do have a fuel shop and tire program through the ES Advantage program. The discount is the minimum expected average is 55 cents per gallon off.
Right.
The discounts are at over 1,200 locations nationwide. The fuel card itself is also accepted at over 14,000 locations. So 14,000 acceptance, 1,200 of those have very deep discounts. All the other ones, you at least get cash price. So if anybody's out there paying credit price, that's 4 to 6 cents per gallon more expensive. You can use this card and at minimum get that cash price, or you can use our mobile app in the map and locate where the best discounts are and get some really significant savings. So
and they are steep. Like, I mean, we got guys, and I look at the team thing. I mean, Jeff could speak to a solo guy, but I know teams are doing, $1,200-$1,300 in savings a month.
Exactly.
And that's just crazy. I mean, okay. I know people that don't make that much. And you know what I mean? I literally know people who just don't even make that much at their other jobs.
Absolutely. So, and we used our buying power to be able to do that, and then we're passing 100% of those discounts straight on to you guys, the owners, the ones that are out there grinding every day. So you deserve it. So we're going to give it to you. So there's a few ways, and this is where there's been some questions and some confusions around this. So we have really 3 different options as far as the account setup's concerned. All of them cost the same. There's some small fees involved. However, just based on what your business model is and what works best for your business, we have 3 options. The first one is to use the ES Advantage mobile app to push funds from a credit card or debit card or using an ACH to load the fuel card or the fuel account. Okay, so that's a proactive push. You're in control. You fund it when you need to. You don't when you don't. Use it when you need to, and that's the way it is. So we've got that. Benefits.
And if you do that, just so you know, anybody who does that through this little link right here, you're going to get the referral bonus that Jeff and I could have been keeping that we don't keep, and that $50 is going to go on your card when you fund it and use that card. Sorry, I apologize, Jeff.
No, that's great. Yeah, and that's exactly right. If you go that route with it, then you get Jeff and Charley are giving you that $50 referral bonus right to you guys instead of keeping it themselves. And I'm also giving a $35 sign-on bonus. So you get $85 free. So if you're just curious about it, want to see if it works, see what kind of savings you really get, there's no risk. There's no risk at all. You got to at least try it once.
Slap $150 on it and go. Plus
exactly.
the 85, man. Come on. I'm sorry.
Exactly. So we've got that option. Now we started having a lot of requests for, I want to build my business credit. I want to be able to build this up. I'm too new to be able to get a line of credit right now, whatever the case may be, but I need help building my business credit. So we went to our partner, who is WEX, and what they have is what is called a security deposit. So what that is basically it's a secured line of credit. So what you do is you sign up for an account through our program, and you put, for example, you say, all right, I'm going to put $500 on here, and then that's going to be my line of credit. So you basically wire WEX $500 and they give you $500 line of credit, dollar for dollar.
Right.
And then what they do is they do what's called a bi-weekly draw. So twice a week, they're going to take whatever you spend, they're going to take that out of your bank account and basically just reload. So it's
Cool.
almost a set it and forget it, right?
Right. Yeah.
But the benefit to this is you have to put a little bit more on there because you can't,
Right.
with the pre-funded way of doing it, you could put one fueling on at a time and however often you need to.
Right.
With this, you kind of have to plan out, a week's worth of fueling or 2 weeks worth, however much.
Big boy pants.
Exactly. But what that does is WEX actually reports that to, the
Nice.
the credit facilities, and that way it actually builds up their business credit. So there's a benefit to that.
Right.
Now, we do have some customers who have requested a line of credit. It's the same type of deal. It's just, so it's twice a week draw, and it's based on credit worthiness. This is all WEX. It's their risk. It's their risk. It's their risk decision, their credit decision. So
if you got a 100 credit score, you might not want to go that route.
Right. So, and there's other things that play into this too. If you haven't been in business for more than 2 years,
Right.
You don't qualify. There's just they're a bank. They have very, very strict stipulations. They're extending a lot of credit out to a lot of different customers, and so it does take a lot to get approved. Now we do have customers who have come in and said, hey, I don't know, I've been in business for long enough, my credit's kind of iffy, let's try it out. They try it out. Some people get approved, some people don't.
Right.
If they don't, that doesn't mean they're done. They still have the other options available.
Right.
So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to put options in place for wherever you are within the life of your business. If you're on the front end and you only have a little bit of money, but you want to be able to have savings, or you want more control on when those funds are going in, whatever the case may be, you can pre-fund. If you want things a little bit more stabilized, you want to build your credit because it's not there yet where it needs to be, then you can do the security deposit. If you're a little bit more established, you can get a line of credit. Either way, the cost is the same, the savings are the same, the network's the same,
Nice.
the level of service that you get from us is the same, everything's the same.
Phenomenal.
We're just looking to
So let me ask you a couple questions here.
Mm-hmm.
If someone started off with the prepaid like what we have been doing in the past, can they switch to the secured line of credit?
Sure, if they want to, absolutely.
Okay. And that spreadsheet that I sent to you, Jeff, that we haven't released to the masses yet, starting off with the $500 and that rolling the savings forward and funding the card even more. Can you do that through that program?
What you can do is you can actually send a wire to expand and grow that secured line.
Right.
Yes. So if you start off with 500 and then 2 months later you want to add another 250 to that, then you can send another wire in to expand that, make it bigger.
Okay. So we have a lot of guys, that are interested in building that business credit, which, we have an opinion on that. Be careful.
Big boy pants.
You got to make sure if you're going to go that route, make sure you can pay your bills.
I wear short shorts.
Do you use Nair?
You're welcome. Of course.
The heck does that come from? So yeah, I always have to put that disclaimer in. If you're going to use credit, guys, be careful because the risk is not zero. There is a time for it. And you Jeff Reese and I have talked about this at length over the last 18 months. And yes, there's a time to use credit, but again, be careful with that. A couple of years ago, I opened a line of credit at Les Schwab for my truck, so that I could get
some worst tires ever.
Shut up.
Sorry,
but that was an experiment. Number one, could I get credit? I could. I got $7,200 worth of credit at Les Schwab, so yes, I can get credit. Number two, could I pay it off as planned? And I did. but you know, there was that risk of what if I don't have any freight? You know, it was a 90-day same as cash type deal. And if, as you guys know, if you don't meet those obligations, all that credit, 90 days of credit at that high interest rate, usually it compounds, and then they slap you with it if you don't pay in that 90 days.
Right.
So luckily this was not this year. This was when freight was hopping. and I could tell you my experience with that though, for me, was stress. You know, every 30 days I was like, okay, I got to make sure I make this, you know, $2,000 payment. No ifs, ands, or buts. You know, the banks, you know, that their purpose is to help themselves, and by helping themselves, they can help you.
Right.
Their primary purpose is not to help us. Their primary purpose is to make money for their shareholders. That's it. So that's why the creditworthiness thing is a big deal. You know, like Charlie would say, if you got a 100 credit score, WEX isn't going to lend you money. You know, they
I'm not lending you money with a 100. I check credit scores.
So, and I will say
you'll
too,
just give it to me.
Yeah. So, and I will say too, there is a risk to having a line of credit with WEX as well, because there is no latitude given to anybody. And what I mean by that is, you know, if you have a line of credit in place and they go to auto draft for one of those auto drafts, and there's insufficient funds, you're done, and they don't care what the reason is. You're done. They shut you down, and there's nothing we can do. There's nothing that you can say. You're just done.
Mm-hmm.
They've been burned, and I mean there's a reason why businesses do things that they do, and why they have processes and procedures. And you know, this is where they've gotten burned and left holding the bag, and so there's just a zero tolerance for that. So if you don't feel confident that you're always going to have the funds available, it's not worth the risk, because you'll end up getting stranded.
Yeah, and that would suck. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, those of us who have an alternate means conduct, you know, would be okay, but you know what I mean? But you know, I mean, that would suck. I mean, you're just like, oh, oh man, my draft didn't go through. Crap.
Right. And you know, getting back to the risk part of it, they're going to be taking that money twice a week, and we only get paid once a week, guys. Right. So if you take that credit line option, you better make sure you've got that money in the bank ahead of time.
Well, those of us leased to our carrier anyhow.
Right.
There's other people out there get paid like every day, whatever. Fancy.
Yeah. Well, well, and some guys out there running spot and stuff like that. Some of them are on net 90.
Good God, that would scare me.
I mean, that's why the factoring companies have business, right?
Right.
Because guys need their cash in less than 90 days. They got mortgages to pay.
But I mean, the bottom line here is there are options through ES Advantage. You know, I actually kind of like that middle ground one. You know what I mean? You know, it's a good way to help build your credit, you know, without screwing up. But again, you know, okay, just for fun, let's say that, you know, we got a bad settlement week, and oh crap, I forgot to put money in that account, and you guys do that auto draft. Is it the same type of deal there that you're just done?
No, because you've got that cash on hand with them, gotcha. So it mitigates that risk, and there's a lot more lenience there. Now, I mean, you gotta pay them,
right? Yeah,
doing things. So it's not going to be a same day deal, but yeah, you can get it reestablished.
Okay, cool. But that may not be a bad idea for a lot of guys. So, I mean, especially a lot of these younger guys that are really just starting out. You know, these 21-year-old guys. God, that's a long time ago. You know, look, you know, who have no credit at all.
Right.
You know, that is a prepaid credit card, or, you know what I mean, a secured credit card, I guess is the correct wording. It is a good way for a lot of people to actually establish credit.
Absolutely. So,
you know,
yeah, so I just wanted to kind of lay out so there's 3 buckets, and you can't mix and match them. It's
right.
1, 2, or 3. but we just been having some conversations and some questions getting asked. It's like I just need to get on here and just make some clarification and make sure that y'all understand how that works, and make sure that y'all even know that those are the options. So because when we first started, it really wasn't. So as we continue to grow our relationship and grow our relationships with our vendor partners, things like this will continue to come to the surface and be brought forward. So, and part of my job is to make sure that y'all are aware of it. So the other thing is, and I do want to remind everybody, we do have other things as a part of being a part of the program. We've got, toll services, legal services, just all that stuff. We have a community page on the mobile app, so you can see stuff there, and check that often because there's new stuff. I'm gonna throw out a little elbow here. We got a new something coming out that has to do with insurance, but not for your truck. We'll just leave it at that for now.
I can tell you it's exciting.
Yes. Yeah, it's been kind of hard for us, Jeff, because with our relationship with ESA, they do ask us, hey, what do you guys think about this thing we're thinking about doing? And there's a lot of guys asking about this particular item, and we've had to be because it's not set yet.
Yep. So give me about two weeks, and I'll come back on here in about 2 weeks, and we'll go over the details.
So right after the truck show.
Gee, that's convenient.
Expediter Expo. Isn't that amazing? Oh, I hear an announcement that we're going to be there for. That's great. By the way, anybody who's going to be up in Fort Wayne, Indiana, that'll be the 21st and 22nd.
Hey, even better, check out our website because we have a link to that event on our website.
Exactly. Contractorscorner.cc. You can get some info there. Just saying.
Hey, have you seen our website yet, Jeff Reese?
I have, man. Yeah, y'all did a good job. It's coming around. It's coming around. I've got my first blog post up just as kind of a placeholder. Yep.
And you know what? I'm making it. Look. I'm pushing him into doing an audio version of it as well, Jeff Reese.
Like an audio book.
Yes, sir. You like that? He's not real comfortable with it yet, but we're working out the logistics of it.
So since we have you here, Jeff Reese, you guys have a lot of programs at ESA.
For real.
And we're learning more and more about them every time we talk to you and Mr. Tacker. Mm-hmm. And I got to tell you, as our scope grows, we're moving outside of Swift a little more and more every show we do.
Yeah.
And eventually we're going to want to do some shows with your other guys.
Okay.
With the leasing program that you guys have, and we're really fascinated by this lease program you guys offer.
Absolutely.
Because it's different than anything we've ever seen. Nobody else is doing what you guys are doing.
Right.
That I see out there.
And it's amazing. Like from everything we've ever heard about any of this stuff, it is just it's yeah.
And before some of you guys get too excited about ESA's leasing program, let us do more research into it. But it is not just simply fogging a mirror, is it, Jeff?
No, it's
not like leasing from a carrier where if you haven't hit anything for 2 days, you get a truck. It's not like that. They do some serious vetting.
Yeah, it's got to be the right fit. And there's definitely things that have to line up to make it make sense for everybody. But yeah, I don't think that we'd have an issue with bringing Mr. Tacker on or our director of operations that oversees all that to explain the program. But yeah, I like to call it's a disruptive solution because it disrupts the industry. It's very outside the box.
Oh yeah. It blows minds.
Yeah, after that last conversation we had with you and Mr. Tacker, Jeff, Charley and I spent at least.
Who's another Jeff, by the way?
Charley and I had to rest our brains for about 20 minutes, and then we started talking about it. So
that sounds like the insurance conversation,
right?
Every time we talk to Tony Dennis, it's like that.
Oh,
Tony's got a new offering for us. It's an add-on to an add-on to an add-on at this point. We still don't have a price on it yet, but check this out, Jeff. So if you get into a wreck in a big truck, chances are you don't have any money, right? Because none of us do.
right.
This policy will pay for your transportation to the hotel itself. If your truck is totaled and you can't get it out of hock, it'll pay for your transportation home.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it's only going to be something like $12 a month, 12, 15, somewhere in that price range. We don't have a solid price yet, but yeah, it's pretty good coverage. It's
And
definitely
I've never heard anything like that. And this is a direct result of an accident that one of our members had, where that happened. The dude didn't have any money because he left his credit card at home for his daughter to use for the prom.
Yeah.
And he has this accident. His truck's totaled, and he's got no money.
On a Taylor Swift concert weekend, plus 2 other concerts going on, and a Braves game or Falcons game going on at the same time. I was like, holy crap.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it
goodness.
was crazy. So I mean, it's stuff like that, and a lot of the programs like you guys have, I mean, that you guys offer so much more than the fuel card, and there are more things coming, like we said. And Jeff and I are pretty excited because the expediters side is not Jeff and mine's field, right?
Right. We're dry van and reefer guys. That's who we are,
So when we got invited to go to the Expediter Expo, I'm like, oh, we're going to interview everybody we see. Because there's just so much information that we don't know, right? I mean, we are literally babies in that arena. And some people are going to be like, these guys are idiots. And I think other people are going to be like, oh, we can fill their minds because we're like Tony Dennis and we'll talk to you about it forever as long as you will listen, because it is so much there. You know what I mean? So,
Absolutely.
so that's the 21st and 22nd in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I can't remember the name of the place that it's at, but you could go to the contractorscorner.cc and get information there. Just going to throw it out there. And I'm willing to bet that somewhere on the ES site, there's probably a link to the show there as well.
You better believe it. Yeah, ESSuccessandtrucking.com. It's there as well if you want to go there.
So,
check it out.
so are you guys the main sponsors of this thing then?
Yes.
Is this kind of your baby then?
We are.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I noticed there's a couple other headliners on there, so I was wondering, this is your baby then?
It is. So our name's on it, and goodness, I have a weekly marketing call, and it typically lasts about 2 hours, and an hour and 55 minutes of it is over the expo right now. So getting ready for it, but no, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be very informational. Y'all should enjoy the dinner a lot. Hopefully you'll run into. We've got one fleet that started off with 2 trucks with us that we've now helped them grow to over 100.
Wow.
So just listen to those success stories,
right?
And, how they did it, how they leveraged us to do it, and good, the bad, and the ugly, because there's a little bit of everything there.
Right. Oh yeah. And there isn't anything. Let's be real. I mean, but again, when you start to get into the way the programs work for you guys, it is just mind blowing, and the support that's there is just phenomenal. Seriously, from everything we've heard.
One of the interesting things we learned recently is we have kind of a famous between Charley and I person that started off at Swift. Her and her partner paid off their truck at Swift and went to another carrier and built a fleet there to the point to where they're paying cash for brand new trucks at this point.
Yeah, paying cash for Western Stars.
Yeah, because their drivers will stay just to drive a Western Star.
Right.
Who wouldn't?
And the money is phenomenal.
And she said at that particular carrier, she knows a lot of people that get their trucks from you.
Yeah, she's in that niche.
Yeah. So we're
niche. My bad.
Yeah, niche. It doesn't matter.
Right.
I'm in the South. It's niche.
Right. I'm just saying, too many people are bougie, whatever. But yeah. So, any chance you want to touch on, maybe just kind of breeze over all of the offerings or some of them, because it'll take you all night. Your wife will definitely hit you. I mean, I'm trying to get you hit in the head with a guitar.
I noticed that. You're trying to set me up. So, I mean, just highlight it, and y'all are leveraging several of them, but fuel, shop, tires.
Right.
Tires up to $135 off. Insurance, which we've got you connected with Tony and Seabright, so y'all are covered there. We got legal services through TVC Pro Driver. We've got tolls through Best Pass, which if you haven't checked that out and you have to run tolls, especially across different states, that's the best way to do it because it consolidates all of them instead of having to deal with all the different state tolls.
Right.
And
tossing quarters and
right, or even the different mechanisms. So but yeah, so it's one, they consolidate and they do everything, and you can save money coming through our program to do that. So
nice.
But I'm trying to think now.
Look, I put you on the spot.
You did.
You're like, I had an agenda, Charlie, and now you're messing it up.
So let's see what else we got here on the ES Advantage community.
Well, we met Colton through a combination of you and Todd.
Yep. So there's accounting through them. We also do have we have a truck sales division. So we actually sell used vehicles, used trucks. There he is, right there.
And here's the rub, because the carrier that we're leased to also has a used truck division, but when you go to their website, the only thing they've had for the last year is 2 trolleys. Do you have actual inventory?
Yes.
Man, I'm not banging. I don't want to bang on the people that sign my settlements, but inventory is a big thing when you're looking for a truck.
The market stuff.
No doubt. And then we also have some shortcuts into some other things as well. Like we've actually, we're one of the only people that can do this, but like if you're going to a TA, you can actually use the TA Pump Smart app, and you can activate that and get to it through our mobile app, so that you can do a cardless purchase. And what's good about that, with it being cardless, it's just a more secure. You eliminate the swiping. That it's called
all these skimmers that we've been seeing out there,
stuff like that. Yeah, it eliminates that issue altogether. So we've partnered with TA for that, and that can be done. You can actually do everything and get to it all right through our mobile app there as well. So some of the other things too, and actually that brings up a good point that I did want to. I'm glad that you mentioned that. So if you do, let's say the either the line of credit or the security deposit solution, those are accounts through WEX, and they're actually a little bit more secure, because we're about to have basically a 2-factor authentication capability, so that when you go to fuel up using one of those accounts, you'll actually go into an app that'll be actually through our app to generate a PIN number, a one-time use PIN number, to be able to authorize that pump, and that should eliminate fraud.
Right.
Because I don't know if y'all have had to go through it, or if any of y'all watching have had to go through it, but if you get skimmed and your money gets taken, it is a pain to get it back.
Yeah, we've had a couple people that have had the problem or been somehow impacted by it, and it's not a happy process, And
it's not a quick process, because they've got to research it and validate it, and you've got to get all this information. So it takes a while, and they don't just give it right back to you either. They hold on to it to make sure it's a legitimate claim first before they give it back.
Right. That seems fair. Wait, I lost $153,000. Can I have it back now?
Like,
I finally figured out after years and years. I guess it hasn't been years and years since they've done this, but one of the doggone it, the big Hart truck stop, Loves. I finally figured out how to use their
pump start
cardless system.
Yeah,
and I really like that, because you select the pump you're at, You don't touch the keypad at all, so nobody can like see if there's one of those little pin cameras there or something. Because
Absolutely.
I've started getting more and more paranoid about that, man.
And
You know,
I mean, you
they're
should.
getting more and more inventive on how to grab your information.
Yeah,
They
when I
are.
use Condata, that's I am all about that app and their pump starts on as many of those truck stop chains as I can. So
Yep,
I don't want to
absolutely.
screw with them.
Yeah, and you
And it
can
eliminates
add that fuel
you know.
card. Yeah, you can add that fuel card no matter which way you do it through our program. You can add that fuel card to the Loves app, to the TA app, to the Pilot app. You can add it to all those. So it's okay.
So Chris the trucker,
All right. All
so
right.
Chris the
Okay.
trucker, I'll just put this in there for Chris. The thing about the Loves app is it does require a fingerprint authorization to open the app.
Ooh,
So
interesting. And you can't use
I've got mine set up that way. So
with Loves, you cannot use that that cardless feature until you've physically swiped once.
Right.
So that they can validate that as a true.
Yeah, that's the part that I was
love those
missing.
systems.
That's the part I was missing. Charlie was telling me how easy it was, and I was there with my Condata card getting fuel, and I'm like, well, it doesn't work, so just freaking swipe the card. And Charlie's like, try it again, and I'm like, okay, and it worked. I didn't know that,
We're not smart people sometimes. Let's just be real. Have you seen how long it took us to build a website? I'm just saying.
Well, we had to get my 76-year-old dad to help us.
For real.
Well, he's retired.
I don't know how he puts up with us.
He's retired and he used to do it for a living, so he offered to help us out.
Yeah.
So once we got someone that knew what they were doing, it went a lot better.
I'm sure.
I feel like he regrets it every day now. We're
Well,
like, hey, can we do this? He's like, maybe.
Oh goodness.
We can't help it. Now we get all cool about it. We're like, hey, look what we got. By the way,
not a boomer.
How often do you do your blog and podcast, Jeff? Because Jeff has a blog and podcast that he puts out on the ES site there. I'm just saying, and Jeff and I got to be on there twice.
Well, yeah, our conversation went so long. It was a two-parter. So yeah.
You call me a blowhard?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Mrs. Reese, come in with the guitar, please. Oh,
just a little long-winded. That's all. I mean,
right? That's fair.
No, it was a great conversation. I plan on having you guys on to talk about other topics as things progress. But yeah, we're trying to do that at least once a month, if not twice a month. So
cool.
This next one will probably be around our new release of our new service. So
how convenient.
Which we'll be talking about in a couple weeks. So,
right.
But yeah, it's I'm excited about that.
Scream from the mountaintops for this one.
Yeah. Well, I think that there's going to be a lot of people asking about it and signing up, and we're going to make it really easy to sign up.
Nice.
You'll be able to do it right through our app, right there on your phone if you want to. So it's going to be very easy.
I am not a boomer, Chris.
We're both Xers, man.
Yeah, Gen X. We're the last of the Pharaoh bunch, yo. I will come find you in the shower. I don't even care. You could ask my brother. I don't understand boundaries. I was leaving one day and he was in the shower, right? And I'm like, hey, you in the shower? I got to go to work. He's like, yeah, man. All right, you guys be safe. I'm like, the hell with that. I walked into the shower and hugged the man. He was not amused, but I felt it was important because, what if I didn't come back? What if he walked out and got struck by lightning? I would feel sad that I didn't hug him one last time, right? I'm just saying, look, whatever. Gen X Pharaoh, y'all. We will gnaw off your arm. We will gnaw off our own arm if we have to. Seatbelt. Seatbelt. Whatever. Anyhow. Oh my God, I am broken. Yeah, I can't help it.
We're the last generation to legally ride in the back of pickup trucks.
Right? How weird is that?
Going fishing, almost bouncing out when Grandpa was going down the road.
I feel so bad for my grandkids. They're like, Grandpa, can I ride in the back of the truck? I'm like, not till we actually get on our property. Then stand up on the cab, y'all. I had to use the tractor. I'm like, put your sister and your brother in the bucket and drive around. Try not to hit too many trees with them.
Okay. Yeah. I remember back when I was a kid, I sat on the armrest next to my
Right?
dad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I used to lay in the back window of my mom's Barracuda going down the 405 and then the 5 freeway out in LA while she's doing 125 miles an hour down that damn thing going to my grandmother's house. Like, no joke, waving at people. And I might have been a little inappropriate and gave them several fingers. Whatever. I was in a Barracuda and I was happy because I knew my mom was cool.
We also know the pain of riding on the hump
Oh, God.
Oh yeah.
in the bench seat.
Oh yeah.
I got nightmares
Oh, yeah.
there.
So, you know, it's a wonder some of us are still around. You know that?
Oh, yeah. You ask my mother. She's amazed. She's like, I don't even know how you lived.
Oh.
Oh,
good
man.
Lord. So yeah, there was
So
something
that's
I
good
forget.
stuff. So the credit option is not something that Charlie and I were aware of until today, guys. So just so you know. And if you guys know what our opinion is on it. We're not going to rehash that too much, but if you do want to build business credit, I think that's
We
a
ain't
good
gonna
way to
kick
do
in
it
the
with
junk.
that. I think that's a good way to do that with that secured card.
Right.
Mhm. Yep,
You
the
know,
security
'cause-
deposit. Just and if anybody is interested in that, just give us a shout. You can sign up through. I know there's a link that through Contractors Corner. I think that's actually on the Contractors Corner website too, right?
It is on the website
Yes.
as well.
Then you can go to that, sign up there, and then we'll circle right back. Hey, and by the way, I've set up a new program now, a new dialer, and so if it's during business hours, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and you submit that, you should get a phone call back within 8 minutes. So just be
Sweet.
prepared. So,
Hey, when that
Nice.
number pops up, what's it going to look like? Do you know?
it's like an 8. I don't know.
See, I ask the hard questions.
Yeah, you do. Actually, it rotates between a few different ones, just for the whole. Even
Hopefully,
though
it
we're
pops
not.
up ES Advantage or ES Success in Trucking or something like that. Maybe
No, nope, it doesn't. So it's typically
Mr.
like
Reese.
a 409 some number or something like that.
Mr. Reese, you guys need to fix that
I'm
because
trying.
people like me don't answer the phone. I'm like, I don't know that number. I'm
Well,
not
yeah,
answering it.
Yeah, it's over the last year, especially, some of the guys have said, I haven't heard from him. And we're like, did you get a 40 something number? Maybe. I don't answer the phone unless it says who it is. I'm like,
I
well, you
keep
need
getting
to,
phone calls from
for the-
China. I
for
don't
the
even
next-
understand that one.
because you guys did fall behind for a while when it was really, when we were started and there was like a lot of
We
guys
slammed
all
you.
at once
Yep.
and we slammed you. And we were
Yep.
having
Everybody's
trouble
like,
with
oh, these guys are
people
going to have
for
like
the-
5 guys join.
for the next week. I don't care what it says on your screen. Answer the phone because
Right.
it might be them.
Right.
Well, and just so you know too, if you don't answer, we send an email and a text message
Oh, cool.
immediately right after. So
Okay, good.
Okay.
and our people leave a voicemail with a direct line to call them back on.
Nice.
So.
Look, that's a huge improvement. I mean, let the first 2 weeks were, oh my God, I felt so bad for those people. It was kind of like when with Tony should have seen that coming because we did it to you. We just slammed you with all these instant requests. You're like, I had 2 guys ready to handle these, and now what just happened? Like these poor guys quit. They're like, I'm out. Bye.
We're happy to go through that pain.
Yeah,
So.
it's good pain. It's good pain. First world problems.
That's it.
Oh Lord. So Reese, I think we're gonna let you run away before she comes in, even though I really want to see her smack you, just beat you about the head and shoulders, because I think
I really like that guitar though. I don't want that.
okay, that would be that is a pretty good what is that? What do you got behind you there?
It's a 12 string Takamine.
Nice. Can you actually play it, Mr. Reese?
It's actually worth more than I'm actually. I don't.
You won't touch it. It's one of those deals. I got you.
I'm not good enough to play it. We'll put it that way.
Look.
Yeah, my daughter gave me a 6-string to learn on because I've always wanted to learn.
Yep.
And about 2 months later was when I had my famous accident in the ice and I broke my right hand.
No.
And so it was just like,
Divine intervention saved us all from Jeff's guitar playing. Just saying.
There it is.
Look, I couldn't get past 4 strings on a bass, and someone tried to hand me a 5-string bass one day, and I was like, Oh,
Mind blown.
just broken, man. I'm like, nah, bro. I play bass. They're like, that is a bass, dummy. I'm like, no, bro. No. I don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah, that can't be a bass, bro.
I bet you could do that weird two-string thing that they play that the Who plays.
You know what I could play really well? You know that wash tub, boom, 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 boom.
Mouth.
Boom.
I thought you were going to say the kazoo.
Well, I was a master at the kazoo. My grandmother taught me how to play a kazoo.
Give you a mouth harmonica. That'll shut you up. Oh.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now. Whatever. Mr. Reese, I want to thank you for coming on here and talking about this stuff because, look, let's be real. That our number one expense besides the truck itself is fuel. In fact, I'm willing to bet that fuel, it is the number one because, you know, even with a brand new truck at $200,000, you know, we could be spending $90,000. I had one year where I want to say it was right at $90,000 in fuel costs. I mean, it was a good year. It was a lot of miles. I ran my tail off and I made money, but dang, it hurt me when I looked at that. I was like, I spent what? And that was back in the early Condada days. And fuel really wasn't even that expensive then. That's the crazy part. Like, you know, We're talking back in 2010 when it was, you know, people were like, oh my God, 210, we're going to go broke doing this for a gallon of diesel. And I'm like, whatever. But anyhow. Yeah, so the, you know, just the fuel card and then all the other things coming up. So, you know, you coming in here and telling people about the prepaid credit deal, the real credit deal. I mean, thanks, man. I mean, those are going to help a lot of people, you know, and we got a lot of people who aren't Swift contractors and, you know, I mean, just all the other offerings you guys have. So by all means, you guys go check out essuccessintrucking.com and see what they have to offer. I mean, there might be some stuff out there for you guys. And I mean, God, and just the company is amazing. Like, seriously, your guys' company is so damn friendly and helpful and doing the right thing for the right reasons and, you know, still finding a way to make a buck, you know, and that's that right there is, you know, it's win-win-win all the way around.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what we're here to do. We're here to help people however we can.
So let me see nope. All right, so I don't see any questions. So Mr. Reese, I want to thank you. Tell Mrs. Reese thank you for allowing you to come in here, even though you're working from home. I'm sure she's probably like, those guys are gonna do something weird.
I'll try to sneak her on here next time.
Nice, man. We'll talk to you soon. Hopefully in 2 weeks we'll maybe bring you back just after the show. So maybe 3 weeks, something like that, and we'll talk about this new offering that we're gonna be hearing about soon. So.
Sounds like a plan.
Thanks. We appreciate you, sir.
All right. Thank you. Y'all be good.
Yep. So that was cool.
Yeah.
There was a lot of conversation going on. I appreciate y'all. Chris told me don't threaten him with a good time when I threaten to come find him in the shower. So my people's right there. I'm just saying. Whoop, whoop. No boundaries. I don't understand those.
Must be an MP thing.
What? Look at this. 79 cents a gallon back in his day.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, that's a good day. Oh, Lord. Let me go back through the chat here. Jeff, do something while I scroll.
So, yeah, so we haven't had Jeff Reese on in a while, and I think we could do with a little more Reese. You know, these guys, whether you're a Swift guy or one of our newer viewers that's not a Swift guy, these guys are 100% legit. One of the things that we gravitated towards them as soon as we met them, because we share a lot of the same values as a company. You know, helping people out, helping you make more money, drive more to the bottom line, and as a result, everybody profits.
Right.
Everybody. And you guys that have been around a while have heard me say, focus on being good at what you do. Focus on helping people be better at what they do. And you'll be surprised how money just kind of falls in your lap. You know, I was watching the conversation up there about being a mentor. And that was my philosophy as a mentor. I knew that if I trained a student really well, that the money would flow.
Right.
You know, I full teamed with guys the last week, and the reason I did it that way was because I wanted them to experience what team driving was. And this was back when you could still get, you know, transcon loads, like from Woodland, California to Jersey City,
Right.
and it had to be there in 3.5 days. You know,
the good days.
Yep.
Those are fun. I miss that stuff.
And yeah, I would make a killing on those weeks that we teamed, but most of what I did was not was preparing them for that week. Sometimes two, right? It depended on where a guy was. But if you spend those first couple of weeks training them really well, then that fear of going in the sleeper and shutting the curtain kind of goes away, and you just let them do their thing. When they make a mistake, you're still right there to help them.
Right.
Because especially if you do so we used to have a 6-week training cycle. Remember that, Charlie?
42 days.
6. And the way I would do it, 3 weeks out solo. We would go home for a couple days, mid stride, and then we would have a conversation. Are you ready to team? If the answer was yes, we would team that last 3 weeks. If the answer was no, either from him or me, because I'm one of those weird guys. My wife would not have appreciated it if I cohabitated with another female for any length of time. So I just said no to females for that reason. So it's always a guy. And if the answer was no from either him or me, we would go back out and solo for another week, sometimes two. But they would always get 1 week of team operations.
Everybody could experience that once.
And, you know, beyond that, they ran the truck. I said, well, a load would come through and I say, well, what do you think? I don't know. I'm just here.
Right. I loved when you got to that point and you're like, bro, where are we going? You're the boss this week. You know what I mean? I love doing that last week and just totally letting them run the truck and being there to say, okay, maybe, okay, this is the decision you're trying to make or you made. Maybe this was the better option. Maybe we should think about this route instead. You know, those sorts of things. Hey, Chris the Trucker, I want to tap into that. Did anyone address why Seabright hadn't yet sent out invoices? This invoices go out usually around the 20th. If you don't have one, check your spam folder, you know, and that sort of thing. We've had a lot of people not realize that it was even there. And if that does not work out, give the Seabright number a call and ask to speak to Mary about it. Or you might even be able to ask the first person that answers, hey, I didn't get my invoice. What's going on? And a lot of times it's weird. A lot of people we've heard it's just being lost in the email because that's the way they handle it. It goes through email. And so make sure you're checking your email for that. And the next time you get one, star that email. You know what I mean? So it comes up on kind of like your whitelist type of deal for you smart people that understand technology and stuff. Because I don't understand what that even means, but whatever. I heard it's good. So yeah, check your email. Go dig through your trash and your spam folder and make sure there's nothing there from Seabright. If you use Google, like I don't know how to use anything else. I just do a search for Seabright up in the full mailbox system, and oh look, there it is. My bad. So yeah, and if you have any other problems with your invoice or billing or things like that, by all means, reach out to them. Just call the number. What is it? 1-800-366-6646. I think it is. Oh crap. Now I broke my brain. Now I got to look because I'm a terrible person. It'll pop up here on the screen here in a minute.
It's up now.
There you go.
Quick.
Check the top right corner of the screen here, and that rotating little button up there is going to tell you that number. 800-366-6466. Exactly. So yeah, check that out, and they should be able to get you squared away. If all else fails, when you call, ask to speak to Miss Mary, and Mary will take care of you because Mary Magnuson is awesome. She is the fixer of all things at Seabright. If there's a problem, she will make it better. Oh, look at that. Heffa's saying that when me and my husband split to be mentors, we do the same thing, Jeff. Students didn't like how it was done because they hear how many mentors went straight into teams within 3 days, not us. Yeah. Look, I got to a point where I almost didn't team at all. Everything we did was a super solo type base deal.
Well,
And
the way things are now, before it was a number of days out. Now it's a
Right.
number of hours driving.
Right.
It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter to the student. They're getting from day one, they're driving until they get tired, and then I take over, right?
Right.
And we build up their stamina over that first week to get them to where they can do a full 11-hour shift. And whether that 11 hours is done team or not, they're getting the same amount of hours. So
Right.
So
those
for
of
the
you don't
student,
know. Oh, go ahead.
it's for the student, it's the same.
Right.
Anyone
who doesn't know who HEPA Trucking is, that's Wanda. That's our new friend, and she's awesome. We like her. She's one of our bilingual people. She helps me translate stuff to some people. She's awesome. And if you've ever not met her, wait till you meet her. It's going to be great. That woman's got so much damn energy. She is just like, blah, 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 bam. You're like, slow down. I need a nap now.
I haven't met her yet.
Oh, God, it's great, dude. She is on fire. She will tire you out like I tire you out.
Oh, so those of you that want to meet us face to face, by the way,
yes,
we actually secured a legitimate booth this year for Driver Appreciation Week in Phoenix.
That's right. We're official at the
Right.
Fleet Week.
Last year, we kind of used the fact that we're friends with some people, maybe a little bit, and kind of said, hey, we're just going to set up over here. They said, okay, cool.
Right.
So this year, we decided to make it legit.
Right.
And so we've got an actual booth, and we're hoping that they put us right next to the owner-operator division this year.
Right.
So that we'll all be one big happy family.
They're already working on the mapping for all that, which is great. I think that's amazing that they do that stuff. I'm like, that's smart, because I wouldn't think of that until the day before.
We know.
Right. I'd be like, what? Yeah.
Charlie's one of those people that thinks he does better under pressure, so he waits till the last minute.
Well, I usually come through, though. You got to admit,
You do.
I usually come through, and
You
you're like,
do.
oh my God, why isn't this done yet, Charlie? And I'm like, bro, I got this.
See, I'm the guy that plans next year now.
Right? Yeah.
And Charlie is just not.
I'm like, bro, that's 364 days from now. I got this. And then you're like, how about now? I'm like, bro, it's 2 days away. Calm down. I'll think about it tomorrow.
Oh, we were just talking about the expo thing earlier today,
Right.
and I'm like, what we're gonna say? On the Nemo show, we need to talk about this. And he's
Right.
like, it's 2 weeks away, and I'm like, exactly, it's only 2 weeks away.
Right. It's so much fun. It really is. I drive him nuts, and that's why we work so well together, because I don't know, his head explodes every now and then he throws bricks at my face.
Yeah, probably in a couple of weeks we're going to be do a special cage fight show, because Charlie and I disagreed about something this week, and we're hammering that out, and then we're going to do a show on it.
Yeah, and he's mad at me for it.
Right. Yeah.
Like, we're not going to talk ever again because we're not friends or something and stuff. And if you can't agree, then you can't be friends, right?
Yep.
Differing opinions.
That's the way society is, anyway. It's a good thing that we're both kind of off-grid type people.
Driver Appreciation Week is in September. I don't know the exact dates yet. I know it's usually right around September 11th ish. Last year started September 11th, and Jeff and I will be in Phoenix for that week, one way or another, come hell or high water. We're there.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. So on September 11th, they unleashed the 9/11 memorial truck.
It was cool,
and I gotta tell you, I leaked a little awesome during that ceremony.
There was a lot of salt spilled in that parking lot that day.
Yep.
Like, for real, and it was like legit.
Well, especially if you guys don't know this, so the man that they have driving the truck lost 2 family members in the towers, and they put the 2 names of his kin on the hood in bold for him, right there, as a memorial to those two specific individuals.
And he had an amazing story. He served and other stuff, and that was a good guy. They picked the right guy for that truck.
Oh yeah, they did.
If you guys got other stuff you want us to talk about, by all means, throw it up.
And by the way, so you Swift guys out there that don't know this, those wraps are done by a guy. Do you remember his name, Charlie?
Oh, no, because you asked me right then and there. Oh, look at that. September 11th to the 15th this coming year, guys. So yeah, if you have some free time in September, try and get through the Phoenix Storm. It's actually really fun, and they give away a ton of stuff. Look, I won a TV, and I gave it to Jeff, and he broke it that week.
I didn't even leave the parking lot, man.
He freaking broke a brand new TV. This guy, I think he was just mad that I don't know.
And I was all excited too because I've never had a TV in my truck. I've just been using my laptop forever.
Kenneth Bear Hayslip said, I've got a friend of mine on the outside, non-Swift, interested in Seabright. Any particular person they need to talk to? Same with Trucker CFO. Nope, just tell them to mention Contractors Corner, and they will get a different deal. I'm just saying. Not necessarily with Trucker CFO, but, hey, let them know that we're out here.
No, but we like him to know that us talking about him gets him business, though.
Right. And with the Seabright deal, like there are some deals that they will make when you mention Contractors Corner, even if you're not a Swift contractor. So I'm just saying there's some, we built a really good relationship with the folks at Seabright. Tony Dennis and Mary Magnuson and all their staff there are amazing. So by all means, give them a call, even if you're not a Swift contractor, like the commercial. And if you missed the commercial at the start of the show, check them out. I mean, worst case, get them to build you a quote. I'm willing to bet that it's probably going to be better than most quotes you're going to get out there, particularly for the amount of coverage and the type of service that we get. I believe that they are more than competitive. So
yeah, I mean, I'll mention this real quick. So I got involved in a group because another guy told me I should go check these guys out, and I'm not going to mention them because we don't do that. But
Jeff's going to get kicked out of that group soon.
I'm probably going to get kicked out because I had it out with one of their founders that so his post was, if you think you know more about insurance than me, you're wrong. That's the kind of guy he is. This, that, and the other. And he's this. Yeah. Anyway, I build my own policies, this, that, and the other thing. And I've been doing this for 10 years. And me being me, I said, well, my insurance guy's been doing it since the 80s. And one of his insurance companies, he sold to the ATA for millions of dollars.
Right. Just saying.
What he built got sold to the ATA, and that's now their insurance program. So I think I'll listen to that guy, and that would be Tony Dennis.
Yeah. Oh, and these people also said, don't mention your crappy insurance. We don't want to hear about it. We've got our own, and that's it.
Which you can't even get a quote for unless you pay them $500 a year, by the way.
Just throwing it out there. Anyhow,
Gladiator Graphics.
Gladiator Graphics. That's right.
I picked up their business card last time I was there.
Hold it. Wait. Bam.
Gladiator Graphics. So this is the guy that does the special trucks for Swift.
Screen grab. Beautiful, sir.
So, and the reason I mention that, guys, is because, down the road, when you have paid off your truck and you're feeling all great and you're making a little more disposable income, he does a really good job right down there in Phoenix. And Charley and I were thinking about having them. Charley and I were thinking about having them do a special rep for our trucks for branded with Contractors Corner and all the ESA and all that stuff, to advertise what we're doing. And it was not as expensive as we thought.
About half of what others might be charging.
Yeah,
throwing it out there.
And if you've seen these trucks, the dude does a really good job.
Yeah, seriously.
So
it takes a little bit to get done, but it's a lot of work. So, if you guys got anything, throw it up there, and we will talk about what you want to talk about. I really like this mentor conversation they had going back and forth here. Carolina Trucker and who was it? Carolina Trucker, Matt Nissen. It's an interesting topic. I'm not a huge fan of the program these days. It's not a bad program. It's way better than it was back when I was a mentor, which is why I left. And there is some validity to becoming a mentor. I mean, let's be real. If you're doing it for the right reasons, if your goal or your main reason for doing it is the extra money, I think that's a mistake. And I think you're doing a disservice to the people that you're training. Yes. I will say that, and I will stand on that box. And if you want to argue about it, then let's argue about it. That's cool.
So
be adults.
For those of you that are newer, I mentored for 13 years of my career.
I did 6 or 7.
And I got to tell you, towards the end, the reason I stopped doing it was because I got burned out.
Right.
And I realized during one of my self-evaluation sessions I do with myself from time to time
He said
that
so.
I was not doing these guys any favors. And so I quit.
I can
And
picture him in the mirror. Self,
and
we're not doing this right. Sorry.
it's usually when I'm driving down the road when I do that, but
That's odd.
yeah. You've looked down into too many pickups.
Stop
So you got to be doing it for the right reasons. If you're doing it for the right reasons, you will make more money. Probably not as much as you think,
Right.
but it is more. What I discovered, because I really agonized because I still had a truck payment at the time that I quit mentoring. I was about a year away from the buyout on this truck when I quit, and Charley was there when I quit, and it was agonizing for me. How am I going to pay my mortgage? How am I, all that stuff. You know what I figured out once I quit, and I there was a learning curve because I'd been with students for 13 years.
Right.
Once I retrained myself how to run solo, it really wasn't that much less. A couple $100 a week.
That's the funny thing. I mean, look, a couple $100 right now is a big thing. Let's be real.
Right. But, then you figure out, but wait a minute, the wear and tear on my truck.
Right. Fuel mileage,
all of those factors put
peace
together.
of mind, sanity.
So, if you're looking at dollars and cents, it kind of doesn't pencil out. If you're looking at, I want to teach the next generation of truckers. And here's the thing that I loved when this happened. I would get these guys either right out of the service, right? Or they had been unemployed for like a year, sometimes 2. And teaching these guys how to make a living and get back on their feet was amazing.
Right.
That's an amazing feeling to do that for people.
And to have people come back like a year or 2 later and talk to you about it and be like, bro, if it wasn't for you, I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably be homeless. I'm not gonna lie. I've had some conversation with people that in the past, and there's some shows where I've talked about it. And there was one guy we were gonna fist fight. And I didn't hear from him for well over a year. And then one day, we chatted, and he made me cry like a little girl a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm man enough to admit that. Hey, Jim Wall, this is a good question. Can I be a mentor with Seabright Insurance, or do I have to have Swift Insurance? I'm gonna let Jeff answer that because it's fun.
At this time, you have to have the Swift Insurance and the Swift camera.
Yep.
That's the answer today. Will that change down the road? We don't know.
We hope. That would be nice.
But, you can look at it this way, though, because there's always different ways to look at things. You're training a Swift employee. So I would think that if you're training a Swift employee, you probably ought to be training them to drive a Swift truck. And Swift trucks have smart drive cameras.
Right.
They
need to know how to use that system.
Yep. That to me, that is a major drawback. To you, it might not be. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, we have a guy that'll fight us over this.
Oh yeah.
I've never had a problem with that camera. I'm like, well, you're the one.
Right.
Congratulations.
Well, I have run into another one since. I'm just going to throw it out there. So there are 2.
Okay. So there's 2 now. Okay.
But look, we're not going to slam you guys. We're going to give you our opinions. That's what we're here for, is to give you, our historical opinions, because we've been here, a good long while. And we're going to tell you, our thoughts. And we hope that that's why you're even here to start with, is to get our views on certain things and have discussions. So, let's have a discussion. If you think we're wrong about something, or you think there's another way, by all means, bring that up. Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? We're grown ass people. Exactly. I feel that.
Yep.
I feel that.
So here's a question for the group, because this is a good one. because more people are doing the APUs now.
Kenneth
Matt
Hastings
Nissen
said,
is not the guy that did this, but Matt Nissen, was it you that swapped your APU from one truck to a new one? If so, what did Thermo King charge you?
it was not
If
Matt.
anybody, if somebody has an answer to that, that is a good question right there. Because these things cost, if you have a Thermo King, that's a $13,000 piece of equipment.
Right.
I would not let that go to IEL.
No.
I would want to have.
And that contract states that things are going to be put on the truck. They're going to stay on the truck, and that's scary.
Yeah. Yeah, and Charlie and I have talked about this. I reevaluate the APU thing every couple of years, and I'm about ready to buy one for myself for Christmas, maybe.
Whoop whoop. Ho ho ho.
We'll see how the year goes.
Oh, that was more of a green giant, wasn't it? My bad.
Someone the question about the Seabright and Trucker CFO for the outside guys. I just wanted to say something real quick about Colton Lawrence.
Yeah.
Because I've never been hunting, but I might take it up just to be able to hang out with that guy. If you ever meet him, he is no BS, period. So that's a double-edged sword, guys. You go to him, he's going to give you the straight skinny on your business.
And you can hear him Tuesdays on the Radio Nemo show on Sirius XM 146 Road Dog Trucking, just saying.
That's true. Yep. I actually told him to watch out,
guy.
because the last guy that was into accounting that did that, Kevin Rutherford, ended up with his own show on the XM for years and years and years.
Right.
And he's like, I ain't doing that. I like accounting. I'm like, well, we'll see.
Right. Yeah. So did he.
He is no nonsense. He will give you the straight poop on your business.
Yeah. That's what we like about him.
And then he's really into this. You are the CEO of your company. Whether you're a sole proprietor, have an S corp, whatever, you are the CEO, and he treats you that way. His job as the CFO is to give you good information so that you can make good decisions. And he will let you make bad decisions, but then he'll say, I told you.
This might be the first person I banned from the channel right here, talking about we love Rosie more. She's lie. You love me, woman. Don't tell me you don't. You want to touch me. You want to touch me in bad places, and you're just scared to admit it, and that's fine because I'm a sexy man.
Okay, so this gives me the opportunity about what not to say, about not to do when building a relationship with someone that's responsible for keeping your truck moving.
Oh yeah, she does run the account at Target in Lake City, Florida. I'm just saying that, whatever. You can't tell me what to do. You ain't my real mama. I will. She wears these shoes with the little feet and the toes in them.
Really?
And I'm compelled to walk and put my finger between the big toe and the one next to it. And look, I've done 2 nights this week where I did not put my finger between her toes. It's a weird compulsion I have, but I don't, and I hate feet. Like I hate feet, that they freak me out. But in those shoes, for some reason, I want to touch them.
That's freaky. That is weird.
There may have been several phone calls where I'm like, hey, Ida, and I'll start saying things to her on the phone, and she should know better than to have me on speaker, because like bigwigs will be around. And I'll start saying things. She's like, oh, click. You can hear her diving over the desk to hit the speaker button and picking up. Oh, my God. It is so much fun. Anyhow, I love that lady. She says that Rosie's her favorite. I'm going to tell you right now, this guy is her favorite. And you know what? All you guys who know Ida, you're not her favorite. I am. Even though I can't seem to get a hold of a Huntsville, Alabama load. Oh yeah, through that.
Going there. Oh man.
Let's go dark, yo.
You know what? When are you going back to work?
Tomorrow, as a matter of fact. I'm only off today.
So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Maybe Monday. So you're going to Atlanta 6 times next week.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen because I don't know what to do. I don't know how to act, but you know what? I love her. She knows she can count on me. Except on my days off. I'm looking. She tried to work on my days off.
This channel has taken a turn. Toes, not sure how I feel. I think you know exactly how you feel. You just don't want to say.
Don't be bashful, bro.
It's okay. It's okay. We're all embarrassed by those things.
I hate feet, but I don't know. But the shoes with the toes,
Oh,
look. Caroline Street it is. Alan Becker can tell you a story about Caroline Street. That is a terrible place to have to go into.
Wasn't that
and
the
him and
first
his-
place they sent him to?
It was the only place Alan Becker ever did a target load to. Was on that route. That was his very first stop, and it was a nightmare for him. Him and his student, big giant Cody, and he never went back to Target again. He's like, "The hell with this! I'm out," and ran. Look, mind your business. Mind your business.
Every time, so folks, every time I see a cartoon about a squirrel, I send it to Charley.
Oh, I get so many. It's great, and you know what? They grab me every single time. Like oh God, I've got to read that. It's that important. I may have to pull in the next rest area and read what I saw a picture of a squirrel. It happens. Whatever. Don't judge me. Oh my God. So yeah. Hey, any teams out there who want to work, that are contractors and want to work for less than the normal OTR rate, but you live in that Florida area, I'm just saying it's not a horrible account. Just saying. And there might be something there for you. You can reach out right there to that woman, Ida Azulay. She's awesome. Give the Target DC. Ask someone how to get that number. Maybe I could get a hold of it for you. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. Heffa, look, you heard me on the phone. You know what I'm like. I can't help myself. I just try to be a little less potty mouthed on the show. Other than that, it's still there. You know what I'm really thinking. I'm just saying. Kenneth said, ask Donovan Denver about his squirrel experience. Oh, that sounds like a story to be had. Needs to be told somehow. I'm just going to throw that out there. Yeah, you know what? I'm taking us into weird places. So if you guys got other questions, you should probably throw them up there and save me from myself, because Jeff ran away from the screen for whatever reason, because, he does that. I'm staring at the back of his freaking desk. Look at this. Watch this. His desk chair. Look at this. What is wrong with that? Anyhow, this guy's got a full-blown gamer chair in his truck, and that guy, I'm just saying, bump that guy. Whatever. Yeah, Hepa said, my family knows better than to have me on speaker. Yeah, right? I can't say those words. I can't make my mouth say them while I'm reading them. I have to practice. Yo digo muchas cosas que nadie. Yep, I'm done. I can't do it.
Rosie!
Look. Rosie said, that's my life every day right there. and then Rosie spelled Hoffa. I'm just saying that's not me. I told you the woman can't spell. I mean, I love her to death, but good God, whatever. Ooh, I'm going to get pillow therapy for that one. It's going to happen, and I'm so excited. Look. Lipe on 18 wheels ran into that dude the other day at Ocala last week. He can tell you I touched his tires. It happened. We had a good conversation about his tires, actually, and yeah. Oh, don't blame it. Don't blame. Look, what's that saying about a poor craftsman blaming their tools? I'm just saying, whatever.
Rosie, just you open it up, and you get a bigger keyboard.
Right. And you can make those little T-Mex arms type like this and be like right there, because they only extend so far, because she's got little tiny T-Mex arms. Whatever. Oh, more pillow therapy coming. What am I doing right now? I'm doing myself to.
So I want to plug a little bit. What Donna, my lovely wife, is going to be doing in the new platform. She's going to have her support group for the spouses.
Right.
So those of you that join the network, we're going to be giving you, if your spouse wants to be involved in that, we're going to give you a special link so that they could get in on that. It's not going to cost anything for the spouses. It's just they're going to piggyback on your membership. And
you gotta let us know, and we will get them a special link to that group.
And even Charley and I are not going to be involved in that group at all. This is just for spouses and partners, whatever you got going on with that.
Support people at home,
the non-trucker in your life,
or they could be support people on the truck. I mean,
yeah, the non-drivers,
right?
Because we feel one of the big things that's missing in the industry is that kind of support for the folks that get left behind. You know, it's a tough life for them. You know, you're gone all the time. You're out on the road making the money, and so that they can pay the mortgage. So she's going to be heading that part of the project up. So just be aware of that. If you sign up, you've got a significant other that would like to participate in that, let us know.
Yep, and we will definitely be talking more about that in the coming weeks and things like that. So yeah, Ida, love that support group for the spouse. Exactly. You know, we did that show where Rosie cried, and I laughed at her because we didn't know it was going to be like that kind of show, but it was awesome. But yeah, there's a lot to be had there. I'm just saying, I think that's going to be a huge thing. I think it might be a slow build because, you know, we don't tell people things enough. Us truck drivers, like, we don't tell the people at home, hey, you know what? We heard about this new group and it's made just for you. So you guys should do that. And, you know, if you join the private community over there that we are setting up, and you're going to get an invite to, if you're in the Facebook group this week. If you're not in the Facebook group, we will be opening up the open membership next Tuesday, I believe. And
yes.
So yeah, keep your eyes open for that. Check the website, contractorscorner.cc. No space between contractors and corner. Contractorscorner.cc. And you can go there, and we will make sure that in the very near future that there will be a link to the new community. And it's going to be cool. I am also doing a lesson. Wait, Donna Morton. I'm also doing a lesson private series of posts about how to manage finances, etc., on the home front. There you go. Yeah, you know what? I forgot.
So
I saw that she started.
So here's the bona fides she has on that. So we've gone through. You know, you guys know how bad things are right now. We've gone through this 2 other times. Major downturns in the market. Okay. And I don't know how she does it, but we have not been foreclosed on a house yet. She manages.
And look at the man. He ain't missed a meal. I'm sorry.
Well, hey man.
I love you, man. You've done so well. I'm just picking on you.
It's my bro showing.
Right. Hey, bruh.
So yeah. Amazing job. She takes the home economist thing to an extreme, in some folks' opinions. But you know what? It works.
She can make a penny stretch.
I mean, she just spent all night last night juicing cherries and canning them. I think she said she ended up with like 24 quarts or something like that of cherry juice.
How do you get the milk out of the cherries? They don't have the parts. You know what part I'm talking about. I'm gonna say nipple. Sorry. Almond milk is not milk.
Right. You know what's funny about that? They call almond milk milk. But if you go to the store, try to buy ice cream. It's not called ice cream. It's called dairy frozen dessert now.
It's weird.
We noticed that a few months ago.
Trophy generation.
Yep.
I didn't say it out loud. Did that come out of my face? I apologize. When is that sign up happening, Blackbeard? Thank you for keeping us on track, sir. Yes, that is awesome. So if you're in the private Facebook group, tonight, give me a little while because there's a lot of people that I have to send individual messages to in Messenger. So
Control V, Control V,
over and over and over. Control V send, Control V send, Control V send, right? So if you've never received a PM from me, you may want to check, dip into Messenger and try and send me a message tomorrow because, you know, sometimes they don't pop up if we haven't been connected on Messenger yet. And try to send me a message in Messenger tomorrow, and you should find the link to that invite at that very super special price. And that price that you're going to get in that deal is going to be good for life as long as you keep your account active and, you know, don't let it lapse. If you let it lapse, I apologize, but you'll be back on, you know, waiting for our next deal, which will never be this steep a discount again. or paying full price. And I still think full price is a very reasonable price. So, I mean, it's not huge. Blackbeard, we're going to keep that number quiet for now because I don't want to upset the masses, yo. I'm just saying. It's going to be a very special price just for the Facebook group. And yeah, check it out.
We can tell them what regular price is.
I can tell you that the regular price is $269 a year or $29.95 a month. And if you accept this deal coming through your messenger sometime tonight, tomorrow morning, you will not pay that anywhere near it. Just throwing it out there. So, check it out. You've got a full month to check out the system. Be forewarned, it's fresh. It's a clean slate. We're starting out, and the content will start to flow here very quickly. Heffa said, thank you guys for the updates today and for putting out so much information. Hey, we try, and that's what we're here for. And Heffa, if you got questions, you can always text me individually, or you can ask them here. Sharing questions here is kind of a good thing, because here's the funny thing. A lot of people won't ask questions because they're embarrassed to ask them. But when you're willing to ask that question, I'm willing to bet that 10 other people probably have that question. At least. Yep. I mean, we find that all the time. So if any of you ever have questions, by all means, ask questions. I mean, that's what we're here for. We want to work through these things and come up with great solutions. Kenneth Bear Hayslip said, anyone figure out what this FreightBox app thing is? Jeff, go.
It's a trailer tracking tool. It's going to allow you to, I was not aware until today that they had released it. Did you know that until today, Charlie?
Nope, didn't know.
I actually haven't even looked at my tablet yet to see if it's
our friend over there isn't our friend, apparently, because you would think they would have shared.
Well, we could just call his dad and tell on him.
Right.
That's what, what's weird? I have to scroll on this. What's weird is when you get to the point to where the person that is at corporate that you're trying to make a relationship with is the son of the person you've been working with for 15 years.
Right.
That is weird. So FreightBox is going to allow you to do your own empty solutions. That's what it's for. If you, I saw the screenshot that I think, who put that up? I can't remember who put that up.
I can't remember. I think it was Kenneth. Actually.
So you hit that find an empty button and it'll search for empties within a certain radius. And the way it's supposed to work, I haven't played with it yet, of course, but the way it's supposed to work is once you say, okay, I want that empty then gets attached to your truck so nobody else can take it. So while you're en route to that Walmart DC or whatever, nobody else can have that trailer but you. And you're going to have a time limit to get there. So it's not going to be like, okay, I'm going to grab it after my 10. No, it'll be gone by then. They're going to give you a reasonable amount of time to get there and grab that trailer. So we've been anticipating. So we spoke for what was it, like an hour, 90 minutes?
Yeah.
With the developer on that last year at
in
Driver
September.
Appreciation Week in September. And we thought it was going to be out like within a couple months of that, and it wasn't. And I mean,
but even then, with the demo we got of it, like he was doing active tracking on trailers and did a trailer solution for me and helped me walk through it and how it worked. It was freaking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, when you get a trailer solution through that thing, so they actually ran Charley through a full demo. And he got a text on his phone with a link in it. He opened that link, and not only did it tell him, okay, this trailer is here, it said it's here. Like it had the Google Earth of that yard and a little X.
Yeah, and it says, it's empty. It's verified empty. It's verified, whatever. They have a bunch of checks and balances built into it to make sure that it's a valid trailer that's good to go and stuff like that. So yeah, I haven't looked at the tablet since yesterday. So Rosie said she saw it last night. Cool. I don't know. So we'll have to see. Load board. We don't have an update. Well, they moved our load board meetings to Wednesdays, right? And we were supposed to be hearing about a rollout of a new update that they had to finish the internal testing on, Jerry White on his part of it. He does some final testing right before we get it, and so he's got to knock that out. And if he found problems, then that'll put the delay on it, and we'll find out about that tomorrow. So unfortunately, we don't have information until tomorrow because the dev team meetings with our corporate side, don't happen till late on Tuesday. And by the time they're done with that meeting, it's time for them to go home. So, I mean, it's fair. So we don't get those updates till Wednesdays now. So we don't have them for the live Tuesday show like we were. So we apologize for that. But as we get decent updates on it, we will pass that along, either in the group or now in the new community. Just going to throw it out there. And Jeff and I, for any of you who are in the new community, Jeff and I, right after the show tonight, are actually going to go over there and test out the live video stuff just for a couple minutes to check it out and see how it works. And so if any of you who are in there, Craig Hutchinson, you guys know who you are. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. Pop over there for us for a couple minutes and just so we can check it out. Jeff and I want to try a single person on screen and try out the multiple people on screen. Hey, we can even throw a couple of you up on screen if you're willing to do it. I'm just saying. James Vaughn, I have load bad updated from Becky Campbell. Bro, you're confusing me. You just broke my brain, James. I don't even know what you're saying right here. Can you cipher that?
Has a load board update from Becky Campbell.
God, I can't read. Whatever. Want to fight? Hey, James Vaughn got some tires down across the border. He paid like next to nothing for him, and I'd never heard of the brand, so I don't know about the rolling resistance or any of that, but he seems to be happy. I saw him mention something about it earlier in the chat. I apologize for not keying in on that. And so, yeah, I'm going to gather some data from him on those because the deal he got south of the border was amazing. I just worry about the quality and the rolling resistance. So we'll have to see over time. It's not going to be something we're going to be able to give you any information on now. I missed one from Brian Jess. For people who started Seabright insurance on the 15th of the month, your invoices are delayed due to the 4th of July holiday. I confirmed this yesterday. Should see them this week. There you go.
Yep, so I got my auto pay coming out on Saturday, which means Monday.
Right. And back to the cherry juicing. Donna said 1970 steamer juicer. Just saying. That woman, look, that is a thrifty woman right there. Like
So that juicer, by the way, is the one that my parents used when I was a child. They gave it to us when they moved to Texas.
Man, stuff built back then. The fact that it still works is
our pressure canner is that old too.
That's awesome. Going back, scrolling through. Sorry in case I missed anything. If there was something you guys want us to hit, and I there's too much that's gone on today. So throw I got an invite for the community, but can't find it now. I don't think you did. Nope, you did not. It was not for me, and that's who it would have came from.
Yeah, I'm too lazy to do it.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm thinking.
Come back, Charlie. Come back.
Nope, I didn't. So I did not send you one yet. There were 6 that I sent out, and I was going through that list. I'm sorry, Ken. You were not one of those people. I apologize. Nothing against you. I just needed some people to do some quick testing, and that's what we did over the last couple of days over the weekend, so it was cool. So, yeah, but check your messenger tomorrow or late tonight if you want to, but it should be there by tomorrow. If I don't get them all out tonight, I will put a message up in the group and let you know that they're coming forthright. Mock snow, make fast. Yeah. So if you guys got any questions, we're getting close to that 2-hour mark, and by all means, throw up your questions. Let us know what you want to talk about because look, you, the community, drive us down the roads you want to travel down. What? Hear all that? That was great. I'm just saying. Yes, we are definitely going to be adding all of the Facebook group will have the opportunity to join that if they want to.
He's talking about
the load board. Yeah, that too. Whatever, James. Going back to real stuff. In fact, I just got a ding in That's funny. I just got a message from the private community. There you go. That was awesome. Oh, they're going to start adding people this week. Well, we shall see, James. I'm not trying to pick on people, but I have heard that multiple weeks. We shall see. Yeah.
Multiple months.
Right.
I mean, let's be honest.
Darian, happy about getting my truck on the 6th, but it's down for a week getting new DPF box. That sucks if they can find one. Well, you know, I believe it was a 2019 you said earlier, and that's probably going to be okay.
Yeah, that one box shouldn't be too hard to find. And I'm glad that you're getting a new one now.
Right.
Because that's about a $15,000 to $20,000 piece of equipment if you had to buy one. So you're
and trying to get one a year ago wasn't
happening.
It came out of a wrecked truck. It was the only way they were getting one. So yeah, hopefully it's not a huge crazy process.
As a matter of fact, the guy at DPF Alternatives that cleaned mine, I was talking to him, and he had found a person that could build an aftermarket one box that he was using just to get something for these guys whose one box just totally quit on them, so they could at least get down the road. And you know, it was a quick fix, an ugly fix, an expensive fix, but it got him down the road, and he was not too sure that any warranties would be honored after that.
Right.
But it got him down the road, you know.
Right. And James Vaughn Sue Smith said not yet.
Not yet what?
On the adding new people to the load board. There you go. That's an answer. I'm just saying we should get Sue and Becky to fight.
So so if I knew that Becky was watching, which I know she's not, I would make fun of Becky right now. Just because.
Be like, ha ha, ha ha.
Ah, you're wrong.
Sue said it.
So if you guys are in Phoenix at all ever, you should go in and say hi to Becky. Get to know her.
Tell her Charlie and Jeff told you to come in and say hi.
Yeah. I mean, it's
a totally different conversation if you mention us. I'm just saying.
That lady right there is one of the people that if you really need help, she will find a way.
Right.
And if she can't, nobody can help you.
Right.
Yeah, and she'll just tell you. And she'll just tell you, I can't help you. And if she says she can't help you, it's basically go talk to Brett and he'll say, what did Becky say?
Right.
You know.
Yeah, James paid $231 US per tire on his steers. I mean, that's a phenomenal price. I'm just, you know, I'm not sharing any secrets here. I told James that, you know, at that price, that is a phenomenal price. But how are the tires going to last? How often will you have to replace them? And what were they going to do to your fuel mileage? Now, in a steer position, not as bad a problem with the rolling resistance issue because it's only those two tires affecting it. But there could be a noticeable difference, and we will see what happens. I think I'm interested to see what the numbers turn out over the next year or 2 years on those steers.
Hey, I'm going to put this out there because I don't know right now, and I'm going to need new steers soon. Who's bought steers recently on the national account? What'd you pay?
Right. That's a good question. Share that.
Because, you know, I only replace steers every couple of years. So my price that I remember, you know, like $400 a tire probably is not the case now.
Right.
In the post-pandemic world.
Oh, look at the little love fest going on down here. Hey there, much love to you, woman. Oh, much love to you, Miss Sue. Whatever.
Matt, you were supposed to get new steers like yesterday. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Why? He's over at Ocala right now. As a matter. Are you at the terminal right now? I'm just saying. I'm sorry for not getting over there. We didn't get back from Tampa till stupid late this afternoon, so I had no time to go do anything. I apologize, man. And honestly, I'm probably not going over there tomorrow. I got to work tomorrow night. Well, maybe I won't have to work because I was picking on Ida, so I may not have a load. We'll see. Huntsville, Tuscaloosa. No, you're in Orlando. What? Why were you trying to get me to go to Ocala? I thought you were trying to get me to Ocala. I'm not going to Orlando, bro. That's a long way from my house. Right? I don't feel bad now. You can rot over there. I'm just kidding. Don't rot over there. You big, burly, huggable man. I love you. I'm just saying.
I can't remember. Lord. I can't remember, Charlie. Was Freight Box just dry van for now?
I don't know. Because
Have you seen any?
I don't know.
Have you seen any of the stickers on the reefers you've been hauling, Craig? Because if the stickers are on there, then they should be in the system, right?
You're right. If they put it on a reefer trailer, that means they're part of the system.
Because I know that they were testing it in several different divisions at Swift and Knight, both.
Matt's saying just drive in. He's pulling reefers too, so.
All these stoned guys out there. Holy cow. Ah!
Right? Reefer, baby. Reefer madness. What? I wish I could smoke. Whatever. I can't. Stupid.
That was one of the first trucker jokes I learned years ago was this is the only industry where you can say I'm going to get loaded in it, and it's a good thing.
Right?
I got to go get my reefer.
Craig agreed. No stickers on reefers, so there you go. So yeah, sounds like it's only a dry van thing for now, and we'll see what happens. I mean, it's if it works the way we saw it work, it's a phenomenal program.
So one of the things that happened and why this is happening, guys, is kind of interesting because the newer trailers have if you look inside of them, there's the camera, right? If you look underneath the camera, there's this thing that kind of looks like maybe it's a buzzer or something. That's not a buzzer. Apparently, that's an air volume counter.
Yeah. It like
so what they're
if there's
so what they're doing is they're not just turning on the camera to see if it's empty or not. The system is using that sensor to see if there's any volume of freight in that trailer. And so the board of directors said, "Hey, we spent all this money on stuff. What are we using it for?" And everybody's like, "I don't know. It just came with the trailer."
Right.
So what's the guy's name? Do you remember?
No.
Driscoll, isn't it?
Yes.
Last name Driscoll. Anyway, we know his dad, but he's like, "Well, we could use it for this," and they said, "Well, do that."
Right.
So here's this youngish guy,
and go ahead. I'm sorry.
And his main coder dude that works with him has got to be all of like 12 years old.
Right. Nice guy.
We're in the office talking to these two super smart people, these two old guys, and they're both like the age of our kids.
We're like, "Do you know how to rub sticks together?" They're like, "Bro, I've got a lighter." I'm like, "What's that fancy thing?" But it was cool. But and part of the other thing is you shouldn't be running into the out of expiration on the inspection stuff either. And right. That's part of the freight box system is there's this list of checks that they're supposed to check off to make that trailer available. And if it doesn't have a current DOT inspection, that's one of the marks that shouldn't make that trailer available. And it's supposed to flag it, and they're supposed to get that fixed or send someone out there specifically to get that fixed. So whether or not they're using all those, I don't know.
There is a shop component to it too that's kind of cool. In the before times, the technician would go out on site, fix a bunch of trailers, and then have to go back to the terminal, get on the computer, and clear the maintenance out of the system. Apparently with FreightBox, that's one of the reasons why the QR code is on the side, is the tech thing gets there, scans the QR code on the side of the trailer, gets a list of the things he's supposed to do.
Right.
And then scans it when he's done and says, "I did this, this, and this."
Right.
And clears it out of the system, so it's all updated real time. So, technology is cool, man. As long as it's getting used properly, I think that we are on the cusp of something that'll help a lot of us not be so frustrated.
CW, you missed me talking about putting my finger between Ida Azule's big toe and the toe next to it in her toe shoes, and that is a very important fact.
Oh,
you should definitely scroll back for that because that was awesome. Know that we've talked about a lot of things, and unfortunately, we are down to the end of the show. So, CW, I hope that you'll go back and watch the replay. And if you got any questions, man.
There was some exciting stuff at the beginning about the programs at ES Advantage.
Right.
They do have credit options now for this fuel card.
Right.
And depending on how you want to play that, there's now three different options. There's what we're doing now with the prepaid. There's a secured credit option where your credit line is matched dollar for dollar with what you give them. So if you want, $2,000 worth of buying power. You got to deposit $2,000, and then they bill you for it
twice a week.
And they do not pull out of that slush fund. That's in case you couldn't pay your bill.
Right.
And what that's going to do is it's going to help you build business credit.
Right.
And if you're already good on credit, they will actually give you a full-blown credit account.
Based on your credit worthiness, will determine
Right.
your credit availability. It sounded
Exactly.
all technical and stuff. That was cool. And like Bear Hunter said, everything. But hey, when you go back and watch the replay later on, CW, go down below and drop comments below the video if you have any questions, and we will gladly answer those questions. If you're in the private Facebook group, be sure to check Messenger later on tonight or tomorrow is probably a better time. If you've never sent me a messenger message in Facebook, try to send me one, because you may find one that I tried to send you but didn't actually come through to you, but it'll be there. And there's a link to the new private community. You should have that by tomorrow. And if there's any problems with getting all those out tonight, I will put a post up in the private Facebook group, like I said, and let everyone know what the delay is and when they should be expecting if they don't.
Yeah, we should probably mention that, because there's a lot of folks out there that are like our age and didn't grow up with Facebooks.
Right.
So if we've never messaged back and forth before, what you're going to see is you're going to see a notification in the messenger part of Facebook that says, "Hey, Charlie Mahon wants to message you." And
I had one like last month that was a year old because I just never saw it.
Oh,
I felt bad.
You should. I actually check that a couple times a week just in case.
Yeah, I forget.
That's just me because I'm better than you.
You are.
That's the Walter in me coming out. No, I don't want to see your stick. So if you've never messaged back and forth with us before, check your messenger notifications, and you'll see a notification saying that Charlie wants to message you. Just click on that, and then you'll see it. You'll see the message with the link. And yeah, one of the things that we're offering with this thing is more one-on-one coaching for your business. So we would prefer that you do that through the Mighty Network that we've set up. That's a company that we're going through for the network. It's called Mighty, and it's a really interesting concept.
Right. It's a nice platform. We're still learning it, so bear with
When
us.
you get in there, your first reaction might be, well, what's different about this than Facebook? And that's a legitimate criticism until you get into it.
Right.
Because the whole company has this like anti-social media philosophy. The founder, Gina, of Mighty Networks.
Bianchini.
Yeah, I have a hard time saying that name, so I was just going to
like saying it.
It's because you think it sounds like bikini.
Mm-hmm.
So she has sold 2 businesses to Facebook in the past. And this is her. Yes, you would. This is her.
You heard him.
Pet project. Her. What she's always wanted to do.
Right.
And she makes a good point in her book, which I will probably promote in books in Jeff's book corner.
I keep telling her I want to hear an audio version of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to read it to you one of these days.
Yep.
The problem with social media is all the trolls and the negativity and this and that. This allows us to create our content and only give it to the people that actually care about it.
Right.
And
it's crazy.
You know, and what we've experienced just taking the classes on how to do all this, it really is better.
Right.
I mean, when we interact with the people that are helping us build this thing, everybody's completely focused and committed on what we're doing.
Right.
There's no distraction. You're not going through a news feed and, oh, look at that. Trump got arrested. Oh, look at that. Biden's a jerk.
Right.
It's all just focused on what we're doing.
Right.
100%. And we really, really like that.
Yeah. And it just gives us more control over our daily grind in the media's stuff. This is just Contractors Corner stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I think you guys heard me say probably months ago that once we get going on this, I probably will not be on Facebook so much.
Right.
I'll be doing this, checking out Rutherford's stuff because, he's got the trucking one and he's got the health one that he does. I could just go and choose, I'm going to go look at this. And that's all that's there. Yeah, I pay a small subscription for all of the groups that I'm involved in on the network. But there's none of the BS, man. It's great.
And when you guys get in there, and you will understand this more once you do get in there, if there are sections, they're referred to as spaces, or we like to refer to them as corners, that you would like us to build individually, let us know. It's great. You can literally, I mean, there's a private chat feature. We have live video functions. We'll be able to do webinars and all of this stuff, and build classes and courses that you can track and we can actually be a part of. And there's just so much more available there. Anyhow, we are at our 2-hour mark, y'all.
Hey.
So yeah, Jeff and I are going to go do a little test over there in the network, and then I will start sending out those messenger messages with the link. You are more than welcome. We hope that you all will join, and if you don't, that's okay. It's maybe it's not for you, maybe it's not for everybody, and that's fine. We believe that we have priced it super special for our Facebook people, and I don't think that you will ever see that price again. So it's a lifetime price we're going to lock you into, and we will get it. Yeah.
So Bear Hunter made a quip about cherries, and now he's saying, "Just kidding, don't kill me, Mrs. Morton." I want you to know that I have a slush fund prepared. Anytime Donna tells me she needs to go beat up Charley, I can get her a round trip ticket to Florida.
It'd probably be easier just to get me routed there, because Sue will totally jump on that. You know what I'm saying? Sue will call Donna and be like, "Hey, he's going to be at West Valley at 3 p.m. tomorrow." And here comes the bat. Pow! What? She's going to hit me with that damn steamer thing from the 70s. That thing's got to be like 82 pounds. Just
I don't
saying.
let her, the only reason she listed herself is because I'm never home.
Right? She's got muscles. I don't have muscles. Anyhow, hey, in case you're wondering, that is the Minister of Mischief, the Mr. Jeff Morton. I'm Charlie. This is Contractors Corner. I want to thank you guys for being here. We, seriously, every week you guys come in here and hang out with us and share your time, and it means a great deal to us. So we're going to end this thing here. If you're catching this on the replay, don't forget to leave comments down below, hit the thumbs and all that stuff. Subscribe if you haven't. And we will see you guys next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, as we do on every Tuesday. We look forward to seeing you guys, and we hope you're going. Oh God, they're look at
Sue and Donna are on you.
Look, Sue's on it. Donna's like, watch out, Charlie. You know what? I ain't scared. Okay, I am scared. So you guys, we will see you next Tuesday. Again, thank you. Look after each other. No one's out here looking after us but us. And we look forward to seeing you guys over in our new community. So check your messenger. Try and send me a message tomorrow on Messenger if you don't see something pop up from me, and it may be there. So we'll see you guys soon. Be safe.